The alien delegation had been observing Earth for 3 standard cycles, and their conclusion was unanimous: humans were harmless. They watched as humans apologized to inanimate objects they bumped into, rescued creatures that provided them no benefit, and inexplicably formed emotional bonds with small, furry animals that clearly considered themselves superior beings. They actually say sorry to furniture, Ambassador ZYX remarked, his translator struggling with the concept. And they organize themselves into queues voluntarily, added Research Officer Krell. No enforcement necessary. They simply wait their turn. The Council of Expansion approved the acquisition of Earth without debate. The ships arrived on a Tuesday. Humans would later find this detail oddly fitting. Massive vessels darkened the skies over major cities, and a simple message broadcast in all languages: your planet is now under new management. Comply, and no harm will come to you. The initial response seemed to confirm every observation. Humans did comply. They attended the mandatory registration centers. They followed the new curfews. They even tried to explain traffic laws to their new overlords, assuming this was all some cosmic misunderstanding that could be resolved with proper communication and maybe some sandwiches. ZYX told his superiors. Perfectly docile. The integration is proceeding ahead of schedule. Then the aliens made their first mistake. They took the dogs. Not all of them, initially. Just a representative sample for agricultural assessment purposes. The aliens had noted that humans kept these animals in abundance and assumed they were livestock. The creatures were noisy, produced waste, and seemed to require constant attention. Clearly, they were a food source that humans were inexplicably attached to, the way some species mourned their sustenance before consumption. The first shelter was raided on a Thursday. A social media caption was simple: they took Charlie. What happened next would be studied in xenosociological classes for generations. A grandmother in Ohio barricaded herself in a pet store with a hunting rifle. A software engineer in Tokyo hacked the aliens' communication network and replaced their broadcasts with hours of dogs playing in parks. A chef in Paris threw boiling oil at an alien patrol. A kindergarten teacher in Nairobi organized a supply chain that would have impressed military strategists. The resistance didn't announce itself with manifestos or leaders. It emerged like a storm, sudden, everywhere, impossible to predict. Humans who had peacefully waited in lines now moved with coordinated chaos. The species that apologized to furniture began building weapons from furniture. Ambassador ZYX watched the reports with growing horror. In Mumbai, humans had created a blockade using nothing but rickshaws and determination. In New York, they'd somehow trained pigeons, to interfere with alien surveillance drones. In rural Montana, a veterinarian had captured 3 alien scouts, disarmed them, and was refusing to return them until every single dog comes home, and you apologize to each one personally. This makes no logical sense, ZYX said, reviewing footage of a human charging an armored patrol with nothing but a tennis ball launcher and fury. These animals aren't even the same species. The humans gain no survival advantage from protecting them. That, said Krell quietly, appears to be entirely the point. The war, if it could be called that, lasted 3 weeks. The aliens had superior technology, numbers, and firepower. But humans had something the aliens had fatally miscalculated: the capacity for spite, creativity, and an apparently infinite willingness to say, you shouldn't have done that. The withdrawal was swift and unanimous. As the last ship departed, ZYX filed his things. On Earth, Charlie came home. His human hugged him for an hour straight. No one apologized to furniture for a month.